Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see or speak or anything apart from a few community posts that I've put up. Yeah, as some of you have seen on my community posts, things have not been great here, hence the no videos, etc, etc. Okay, so thought I'll do a little stitch with me in between Christmas and New Year. So this is the only picture I have. It's this one. I absolutely fell in love with it when I saw it. I'm questioning some of the colours though that I'm putting into it so far, but we'll stick with it and see where it goes. That's better. So there's a bit of glare there. I'm sat right underneath my light in my living room, so yeah, it's a bit glary. But yeah, that's the picture. I got this from Temu. It is big. It is very big. It is 152 centimeters by 60 centimeters, so it's very, very long. Some of the work that I have already done on it, there was another needle. Where did that go? Yeah, there it is. Found it. Sorry. Yeah, some of the work that I have already done on it. Over here, there's a little bit up there in that corner. This is so difficult to get on camera. And then we have some here, some in the tree and down here, and then some in that bottom corner there. And then I've done quite a bit. Sorry, dragging in a Christmas card now. Oh my goodness. This is the other end, so this is the top right. I've done that there. And then this is the bottom right. Oh my gosh, this is so hard, guys. Honestly, this is terrible. Let me see if I can. No, wrong way. There we go. So this is like the bottom right here. So I've done more of this sort of groundwork. Coming up into another tree there. So yeah, I've been working on this for maybe a month, roundabouts, sort of on and off. But you know, obviously I've not been well, my dad isn't well. You know, there's a lot going on here, but we'll get into all of that in this stitch with me. I will explain. I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas and that you're all geared up ready for New Year. And you know, you've got any what do you call it, any resolutions sort of ready to go. I don't think I'm going to make any resolutions because I never stick to them. I never do. None of this I'm going to lose weight, no, because it's not going to happen. You know, I have so many health problems, and my thyroid, that's going to stop me from losing it. It's just an absolute nightmare. So no, not going to do that. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But for Christmas, I did want to show you. I got new charms for my Pandora bracelet from my mum and dad. So yeah, some lovely little butterflies here, and then a dream catcher and another one. An S, I got that for my birthday. I got that from my parents, and then two little ones there. So yeah, we had a lovely Christmas. A bit subdued, obviously, due to everything that's going on, but yeah. So anyway, let's start stitching, and you know, we'll chat. So I'm gonna have to try and keep an eye on whether I'm in frame or not, because I've got the camera at a weird angle. I'm not where I normally sit when I do stitch with these, because I've had to move my table to put my Christmas tree in front of the window. So I'm not in my normal place, so it's weird angles, I'm afraid. I do apologise. Yeah, okay, so let's go all the way back to when I was poorly. For a few days, I'd not felt right. Something just didn't feel right. I was having sort of not dizzy spells as such, just feeling a little bit lightheaded when I stood up or when I did anything. And I just put it down to, maybe I've got a head cold coming or something. I didn't think anything of it. And then there was one day, I was going up the stairs to go to the bathroom, and literally from the bottom of the stairs to the top of the stairs, by the time I got there, I actually couldn't breathe. I had no breath. I was so out of breath. I still get out of breath now, really easily. So I was like, oh, hold on a minute, this is not right. And then when I came downstairs again, obviously it was the same again. I was out of breath and I was so lightheaded and I felt sick, and this is not right. I need to get this looked at. So I sent in an e-consultation form to my doctors. Anyway, they called me back. Normally you just get like a message saying, oh yeah, we've made an appointment for this day, this time, whatever. But they actually called me, and the lady on the phone said, the doctor's reviewed your form and have said that you need to go to A&E, which for you Americans would be the emergency room. So I was like, okay. I was like, is it an urgent thing? Do I need to go like now? And she said, yes, because the doctor's querying whether you have a blood clot. I was like, oh, okay, right, yeah. So I got myself dressed. My son was here. He was supposed to go to college, but he was like, no, Mum, I'm not leaving you. And it was a good thing, really, because I couldn't have done it on my own without him. So we got a taxi to the hospital. Just walking from the taxi to the entrance was horrific. I got there, I was so out of breath. I couldn't believe it. I felt so sick and dizzy, and obviously spoke to the receptionist and everything. They told me where to go and wait. So we waited for a short while. Then a nurse called me over, and she did like my vitals sort of thing, triage me. And she was like, is your blood pressure and your pulse usually that high? I went, well, what is it? And she says, well, your pulse is 125. I went, no, it's not. So yeah, she was like, right, okay, go and sit down. If you feel you're deteriorating, come back to us, let us know. Oh, right, okay. Well, 6 hours we sat there for before I was actually seen. Well, I had an EKG, a heart tracing done. I think that was through like a heart attack, to be honest. And that was fine. It was just obviously my heart was beating fast, but there wasn't any irregularities, so to speak, in the way it was beating. It was just beating fast. So that was that, and then I got taken in to another part of the hospital, which is like an offshoot of the A&E department. They sort of triaged me there as well, and then I actually got admitted to Majors, which I was quite surprised about, because I wasn't thinking it was anything that serious. So when they said, we're admitting you to Majors, I was like, okay, so this is a little bit more serious than I originally thought. So yeah, a doctor came and spoke to me and went over everything, asked me a few questions and all that stuff. And basically they said you need to have a blood transfusion because your red blood cell count is very, very low. I was like, oh. I said, well, have you been bleeding? Have you been losing blood from anywhere? And I was like, well, no, because I would have said if I was, but no. So Yeah, I had a blood transfusion. I was in overnight. I was discharged the following day with medications because it turned out that my potassium was also really low. So I had to go on potassium tablets for a while. I had to go on iron tablets for a while. Well, I'm still on the iron tablets. I had to also go back onto the loading doses of my vitamin B12. I inject myself, one second. I inject myself every month with B12. Most people, it's, they take tablets. If it's a little bit more severe, then they'll have an injection once every 3 months. But with me, because mine has been, it's so bad, it's actually caused neurological issues. So I have to have an injection of B12 every month. Every doctor I see queries about that, but, it's one of those things. So yeah, I had to go back on the loading dose, which was 1 injection every 3 days for 2 weeks to sort of load up my B12 because that was in my boots. It was so low. I mean, they say a normal person's B12 is around 400 to 600. I don't know what, letters go after that. I just know it's between 400 to 600. I'm going to have to get rid of this thread now. Yeah, so mine was at 93. So, yeah, something was obviously going on in my body. They couldn't figure out what it was. They were at a loss as to what was going on in my body. So it's not been discovered what was actually wrong with me. But my blood count was still low. But they said, keep an eye on it. If you start getting the symptoms, come back. Obviously, I don't particularly want to be in hospital. Nobody wants to be in hospital, but more so because obviously my immune system is very, very low. Well, it's basically non-existent. I am immunosuppressed, so I don't want to be in hospital around poorly people. No offense to poorly people, but yeah, if I catch something, it could be 100 times worse than anybody else because I have no immune system to fight it off. So, yeah, it's just been an absolute nightmare. And then the doctor that I saw at the hospital when I was there took me off one of my medications, which is an anti-inflammatory. She said, stop taking it because I think that's got something to do with it. I was like, right, okay. Even though I've been taking it for years and it's never done anything like this before. But obviously it's a doctor, so you listen. So I stopped taking it. So then I had a massive flare-up of my arthritis. It was in both hands, both shoulders, both wrists. I literally couldn't do anything. I couldn't even get dressed. I couldn't brush my hair. I couldn't cook because I literally couldn't hold anything. It was awful. So I ended up going to the doctors about that, and I was like, listen, I need something to help with the pain and the swelling because it's awful. So she was, well, why did you stop taking your tablets? And I explained that the doctor at the hospital had told me not, to stop taking them. And she went, no, that's wrong. I'm putting you back on them. And since I've been back on them, touch wood, my arthritis has been so much better. So it just proves that they do something, it's not a coincidence. So yeah, that was that. Yeah, and then obviously, well, no, not obviously at all. And then we, my dad wasn't feeling so great. He was having some tummy issues. So he was seen by the doctor. They sent him for an ultrasound scan of his tummy. They said there was something there. So then he had to go in and have a colonoscopy, which he stayed in hospital for because he also has stage 4 kidney failure. So obviously they have to keep an eye on him, hydration wise and everything. So yeah, he went in and had that done, and they found a mass in his intestines, in his colon. And they also found, oh gosh, what are they called? Oh, I can't think of what they're called. That's annoying. Polyps. That's it. They also found polyps in his intestines. So they scheduled an operation for him to have the polyps. He had one that was like 10 centimetres, and there was a little one next to it, we were told, and he was told. So they scheduled an operation to remove the polyps because they needed to know if they were cancerous before they go in to do the major operation to remove the cancerous tumour in his colon. So he went into hospital to have that done. He was in and out the same day, so that was good. But they actually removed 8 polyps, the big one, the 10 centimetre one, and 8 others. So we don't know if he just wasn't told about the others at the beginning, or if the others had sort of grown that quickly. We don't know. So they had to be sent off for lab testing to obviously, find out if they are cancerous or not. And then once the results of that are back, he will be scheduled for surgery for the removal of the tumour and a portion of his bowel. Now, the doctor said it's a 50-50 chance that he will survive the operation. Not bad odds, but obviously nobody wants to hear that. But I spoke to my dad, and my dad was like, listen, I've already got cancer anyway because he has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He has heart problems. He has the kidney failure. He said, listen, I've got 2 options. One, I do nothing, and, they pump me full of medication, and, the cancer will kill him, basically. He will die. Or he can risk the operation with the 50% chance that he'll come out of it and have more time. He said it's a no-brainer, basically. He said, he'd be stupid to turn it down. And basically, he is right because, the odds are a lot better than what some people get told. And, he is 83, so he's not a young chap. And I'd hate to see him suffer if he did nothing, So, yeah, that was the choices given to him. So we're now just waiting to hear back from the consultant. It will be a family meeting that we go to, be me, my mum and my dad. And go to a family meeting at the hospital with the consultant, and obviously we'll discover from there what they find and what the next plan of action is. But they've already said that basically it's either just, basically chemo, radiation and medication to, keep him alive as long as possible, or the operation. He's already chosen the operation, so we already know what the next step is, but obviously we need to know when and recovery times and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's why Christmas was a little bit subdued for us. And you know, I've really not felt like making a video at all. I've been in kind of a slump. It's a lot to deal with. You know, there's a lot going on in our family, and it's just, yeah, it's a tough time. It's difficult. Obviously, nobody wants to lose a parent. We all do eventually, but yeah, it's not nice. Not nice at all. So I apologise for being MIA. But those are my explanations as to why I have been MIA. I am sort of working through a plan at the moment, or ideas, not a plan, ideas. Don't make it sound like I've actually made a decision, because I haven't. Ideas on how to move forward in the new year. I don't think it's going to be a video every day kind of a situation. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. If you guys want to leave me some suggestions of, you know, frequency of videos and what they're of and all that sort of stuff, if you want to leave me some suggestions in the comments, then please do. I'm more than happy to take them on board, because at this point I literally have no clue. I'm like, all I know is it's not going to be a video every day, because things at the moment, obviously the way things are, everything's just so unpredictable that I can't commit to something like that. But yeah, leave me some suggestions of you know, what you'd like me to do moving forward in the new year, and I'll see what I can do. Yeah, so I hope everybody is well. Yeah, I hope you all had a fabulous Christmas. And what are you all planning to do for New Year's Eve? Is anybody going out or throwing a party, or what are you doing? Our household, we're doing nothing. We're staying at home. I don't drink, so yeah, that's not happening. I don't want to go out, obviously, immune system and all that sort of stuff. Everybody kissing each other at midnight. No, I don't know, thank you. Keep yourself to yourself. So I'm just going to stay home. We will see the new year in at midnight. It's me and the kids. I say kids, they're 25 and 16, you know, but at the end of the day, still my kids. So yeah, it'll just be me and the kids. And the dog, and Millie. We'll see the new year in at midnight, watch the fireworks, and yeah, that will be that. And then New Year's Day, I am doing a big dinner for us three and my parents. So I have a big, it's like another Christmas dinner, but on New Year's Day, I'm doing a big dinner. So yeah, it's a good job I don't drink, isn't it? I'd hate to be hungover and have to stand in the kitchen cooking everything for a big dinner. Oh gosh, no, could you imagine? No, thank you. So yeah, I'm quietly looking forward to it. I do enjoy some of my own cooking. Yeah, so I've got a big joint of beef and a big joint of gammon. And I believe my mum was talking about getting and cooking another small turkey crown. So we'll have 3 meats, you know, usual veg and potato and Yorkshire pudding and gravy and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. It will be nice. I just don't enjoy the washing up afterwards, because I don't enjoy washing up anyway. It is an awful thing to have to do. I wish I had enough space in my kitchen for a dishwasher, but I really don't. It is the smallest kitchen in the world. Like one person in there and it's busy. You know, two people in there and it's like, you can't move. You've got to shout out instructions of where you're going to go next and where you're going to be standing, and so that somebody doesn't bump into you, maybe with a hot plate or a drink, or it honestly, it's awful. So it's like, you know, when I'm cooking on New Year's Day, it'll be, do not, under any circumstances, enter the kitchen. Because, you know, I find it stressful to cook like that for other people. When it's just me and the kids, it's fine. But when I know I'm cooking for other people, I do find it stressful. And yeah, having to worry about where somebody else is in my kitchen at the same time is my idea of absolute hell. So yeah, no one will be allowed in the kitchen on that day. So the one thing I haven't got is a dessert, but I think I'm going to nip out on New Year's Eve and see what dessert I can pick up. Maybe a gâteau or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I decide on. But Christmas dinner was lovely, cooked by my mum, and then, as she calls me, the potato queen. I am in charge of mashing the potatoes, because apparently I do it really nicely and everybody loves them. So yeah, every year, Christmas dinner, I do the potatoes. And then we also went again on Boxing Day and had a big dinner. So again, she cooks them, you know, puts them on to boil potatoes, and then obviously when they're done, I mash them and all that jazz. And everybody likes them because I make sure there's no lumps, because there's nothing worse than lumpy potato mash. Nothing worse. It's awful. So yeah. Yeah. So we had a big dinner Christmas Day. We had a big dinner Boxing Day. Everyone was pretty much in a food coma for 2 days. It was, yeah. And then one night, was it Christmas night? I think it was Christmas night, Christmas Day night time. I actually slept for 4.5 hours. I was like absolutely amazed, because that's the longest I've slept in a long, long time. You know, without waking up. So yeah, last night it was about 3.5 hours. My sleeping is awful. It really is, and it has been for a long time, but it's just getting worse. It's like I sleep for a couple of hours and that's it. Oh gosh, I'm tired now. Yeah, I sleep for a couple of hours and it's like my body goes, no, you've had enough now, that's enough. Thank you. Time to get up. And I'm like, really? You know, I closed my eyes 5 minutes ago. But no, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, I was quite happy with the 4.5 hours. I thought, oh, maybe we've turned a corner. No, we haven't turned a corner. It was a one-off. Don't be daft. So, yeah. But I think, you know, my sleeping at the moment is worse because of obviously all the stress and the worry, and you know, my phone is on loud every night in case my mum needs to ring me, in case there's an emergency with my dad. And yeah, oh gosh, it's like my brain just doesn't want to switch off because it needs to be on alert just in case something happens, you know. It's yeah, it's one of those things. So where are we up to? So I filled in. I mean, I'm not entirely sure about that orange that's gone in. That's the thing I'm not sure about. Maybe it'll be okay once more of the surrounding bit is done, but it's also over here. Let's see if I can get it in. It's also in here. You can see, I don't know, and up there. I mean, up there's not too bad because it's like autumnal trees, so yeah, it's not too bad, but in the ground, it's like, I don't know. I really don't know. So I will leave it there, folks. Yeah. I have ordered another couple of kits from Temu, so when they come, I'll do a review for you of those. Not a review, but an unbagging. And show you those. It's another couple of big ones, not as big as this. I think they're 110 by 50, something like that. But yeah, as soon as they come, I shall do an unbagging and we'll take a look at those. I mean, they are really beautiful, but it all depends with these things, doesn't it, as to how much detail comes out. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, guys, so thank you very, very much for watching, and thank you all for all of your patience and support and kind comments. And, you know, I can't do this channel without you, you know, sticking around and being patient with me and with everything going on. So I do appreciate all of you and everything that you've said and done, and it's fantastic. So thank you so, so much. If I don't hear from you, no, if you don't hear from me, if you don't hear from me again before New Year's Eve, then I hope you all have a fabulous time. You know, enjoy yourselves, let your hair down, you know, even if you're just sitting in stitching like I will be, you know, enjoy it, you know, get a movie on or something and enjoy it, enjoy yourselves. So yeah, well, there we go. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for your support and help. And if you like this video, please give it a like or a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, then please consider subscribing. And if you can think of anybody else that might enjoy these videos, then please do give me a share. I would really appreciate it. Okay, folks, don't forget your comments down below for a plan moving forward in the new year. Give me some ideas. Give me some ideas. Okay, folks, I love you all. Thanks very much. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.